When Hashem made a covenant with Avraham and chose his offspring to be a chosen nation, the Malbim says they had to go through purification because they need to be the greatest people to be able to connect to Hashem. So first, purification was through Avram's children. Not all children were chosen, only Yitzchak, who came through Avraham and Sarah. The rest of the children were like peels, that like the fruit's a main part, and the peels the what you throw away. Similarly over here. And when you find gold, you wash away the dirt and any attachments. That's the same thing. And therefore, in last week's Parsha, they're linked to their mothers. Only Yitzchak was linked to Avraham in this week's Parsha. Second purification was a deeper purification. That was by Yitzchak's children, Yaakov and Esav. The only Yaakov was chosen, not Esav. And this is like in gold. Even after you clear off the dirt and all of that, there's still metals that may be inside that you have to use heat it up in fire and remove those metals. Same way, Esav took absorbed these aspects in Yitzchak, so Yaakov will be purified from them. Now the reason Esav came out first was because when someone decides to make a table, the first thing that comes in thought is to make a table, but afterwards and last he thinks of is, and now I need to get wood and measurements and all of that. But the first thing he does in action is gets the woods and measures it and starts building, and the last thing that appears is the table. So the same way, Esav, who was the physicality, came out first, and therefore he looked so different than Yaakov, and Yaakov was like the spiritual side. He came out last. Now the Malbim says there's 5 reasons that Yaakov was holding Esav's heel. Now the first reason is because to tell you that really in thought he was the Bechor, and therefore he's like pulling him, refraining him from Esav from coming out. Second reason, that they'll always be linked to one another, and when one falls the other one will get up, and vice versa. A third reason is that Yaakov holds on to things that Esav stampedes or tramples on with his feet because he compares them not important, or considers them not important. Fourth reason, because the offspring of Yaakov are going to be slaves and under the kingdom of Esav, under Esav's heel for many generations. And the fifth reason to tell you that the kingdom of Yaakov will come totally only when the kingdom of Esav is completely destroyed, meaning at the foot of the kingdom of Esav at its end.